Most tradies are using ChatGPT wrong and it's costing them money. After 30 years in business, this is a tool that finally gave me some clarity and some structure. When I first started using AI, I had no idea how to use it properly in my business. I was asking random questions and getting random answers. It wasn't until I learned how to structure my thinking that everything changed. These prompts are the shortcut I wish I had. This is about how to use ChatGPT in your trade business. It's a practical guide for fencers and small tradies who want better decisions, not more noise. Okay, let's dive in. ChatGPT isn't a toy anymore. Okay, it's becoming a business tool. If you run a fencing or trading business in 2026, tools like AI are no longer optional. The difference is how you use it. And what I've found is most tradies treat it like Google. They ask random questions and they get generic answers. Okay, there's no real impact on their business at all, if any. Used properly, ChatGPT becomes a thinking partner. It helps you slow down, it helps you structure decisions and stop guessing under pressure. That's what this guide is built for. I've spent 18 months training my own AI to get it to a certain level that it can talk to me about my fencing business using practical everyday decisions. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Simon, fence business owner of North Coast Fencing, a fence business coach of the Profitable Fencer and mentor, and I've been in the fencing industry for over 30 years in Australia. I've built crews, I've built big businesses, I've priced jobs wrong, and I've had terrible downside events. I've also fixed cash flow messes and I've made some incredible turnovers and profits. I've learned things the hard way, the manual way, the old school way. So when I first heard about AI, I was really skeptical. When I first started using ChatGPT, I wasn't looking for shortcuts. I was looking for clarity, answers that benefited me personally, answers that were unique to my business. And what I found was this. When you ask the right questions in the right structure, your decision making changes. Pricing becomes clearer, risks show up earlier, systems form faster, and you stop reacting all the time. I adapted how I think and it gave me structure like I'd never had before. That's what I've packaged into this guide. Most trade businesses don't have an effort problem. I've seen this time and time again. They have a decision problem. We tend to price too fast. We tend to say yes too often, and we tend to fund jobs for our clients without even realizing that we're doing it. We end up working harder instead of clearer, and the cost of those decisions doesn't show up straight away. It shows up in stress, it shows up in long nights, long sleepless nights, and long hours, working all day, burnout, tight cash flow, family issues. Sound familiar? And in the business, it never quite feels like you've got it under control. These prompts in this guide helps you pause, think, and decide properly. I'm having trouble with that word today, without overthinking. What this guide actually teaches you isn't about AI mastery. It's about learning how to use ChatGPT properly inside a trade business. You'll learn how to use a small set of decision-forcing prompts to think clearly around your pricing, so you stop underquoting and second-guessing yourself, around your profit, so you know which jobs make money and which quietly drain you, around your cash flow, so a good job doesn't turn into a financial pressure system, and around your system, so your business stops living in your head. Well, wouldn't that be nice? Around your time, so you can step out of firefighting mode and buy back hours. These prompts don't give you answers, they give you structure. Now let's divulge a little more. The 5 pillars every profitable trade business runs on is based on systems that are built around the 5 non-negotiable pillars. Every prompt maps back to at least one of them. These pillars already decide whether your business works. This just makes them visible and usable. Pillar 1 is pricing. Stop guessing, start pricing with authority. Most tradies underquote without realizing it. This prompt in this pillar helps you slow down pricing decisions. It identifies soft or emotional pricing. It helps you set walkaway prices. It helps you defend your price without discounting, and it helps filter tire kickers early. The outcome you get from using that one prompt, you stop apologizing for your price and you start charging what the job actually requires. That leads into pillar 2, profit. Busy does not mean profitable. Turnover hides bad decisions, and these prompts help you identify which jobs actually make money. You can rank lead sources by profit per hour. It can help you cut work that drains energy and margin. It helps you focus on high return job types. And the outcome you get is you stop working harder for the same result and start building in real margin. I just want to pause there for 2 seconds. This prompt around the profit has helped me in my own business clarify what niches and what tiers I need to move to. Now, for 30 odd years, I have worked in a niche-based industry where I would focus on a niche. One of the things that kept coming up was which niche is more profitable for me. And that has always been such a challenge because I was charging the same margins for every niche, whether it was timber or colorbond or weld mesh or rural fencing or commercial. I would still charge the same margin. What that helped me clarify by using these prompts was I then dumped 3 years of invoices into my AI and asked it for clarity around, 1, my profit, where was I making money? 2, what my conversions were, and 3, where can I change and save some time and make better money? The results blew me away, absolutely blew me away. What I thought was spectacular in my business was probably the worst decisions I've been making for the last 5 or 6 years. So I've had to rechange everything. These prompts really, really work. I can guarantee you that. Pillar 3 is around the cash flow, trying to help reduce stress by making better timing decisions. And most cash flow stress isn't about revenue, it's about when and how decisions are made. So these prompts help you spot cash flow risks before they hit. It helps you decide when to follow up or cut loose. And wouldn't that be very handy to know, guys, if you need to cut somebody loose because they drain your cash. It helps avoid funding client projects. It helps choose decisions that stabilize the week ahead. Again, so crucial in your business when you can highlight some of these things. By using these prompts, you get fewer surprises, less pressure, more control. Again, let's pause there. I run my whole business with no overdrafts, no credit cards, all clients' cash. You think, how can I do that? I have been doing that for the last 8-9 years now, and I can tell you it is really simple to use. Have to be very disciplined, but very, very simple to use, and I don't fall into a trap where I owe everybody money all the time like I used to. So all based around what prompts I'm putting into the ChatGPT around the cash flow and where it helps me, and it highlights certain things. Pillar 4 is around the systems, trying to get the business out of my head. If everything relies on memory and effort, basically chaos is guaranteed. And these prompts help you identify what needs systemizing now, what needs to standardize and repeat decisions, what turns wins and losses into repeatable lessons, and basically can replace guesswork with structure. Get it out of my head so I can have some time off, let somebody else help do the running and do the thinking, and it creates that structure. So in the end, my business becomes easier to run even when I am busy. Pillar 5 is time and leverage. We all hear about the bottleneck. Most business owners are the bottleneck. I'm sorry, but that's true. And most owners are trapped doing work they shouldn't be doing. And these prompts help you identify time leaks. It helps you separate owner from workers' tasks. Okay, so that's really, really crucial. It helps you confront avoidance disguised as busyness. I'm pretty sure we've all been there. We all like to get busy, and it helps you make one decision that changes the week. And if you one decision that moves the needle forward, you can buy back some time without sacrificing profit. Okay, so that's really, really crystal clear of what some of these prompts can do. And why this works and most of the AI stuff that I've seen doesn't is because most of the AI content actually overwhelms. It overcomplicates, makes things hard, it stays theoretical, it doesn't give me any real life decisions. This is different. These prompts are built from real fencing businesses, real trade businesses. It's tested on real decisions, it's designed for imperfect action, not perfection. We want to be able to use a prompt, find out some information, and then we can go and do that action. Okay, if you're just putting prompts into something and not doing the action, it is not worth doing. Basically, the one thing that we want to do each week is make a decision on what moves the needle forward for making profit, for making more time or saving more time, making better pricing, fixing your cash flow, building a system. Anything that moves that needle forward is what we should be focusing on. Everything else is just being busy. Now, I know we still have to do all the busy stuff in our business, but if we're not creating that time to work on the business and move that needle forward, then trust me, in 30 years, if you're still fencing, you'll be doing the same thing you were doing 30 years ago. Okay, so it's really, really crucial that you can jump on this bandwagon and find out some information. This is really good, these prompts are, because you don't need to be technical. You don't need to be good with AI. You just need to use it properly. You just need to use it properly. One of the things I do want to say is I use ChatGPT. This is what I use in my business. I am paying for the OpenAI source, so I pay $20 a month, I think, for the next level above the free one. But you can put this into Gemini, you can put it into any of the AI that you're using, as long as you use a master prompt with it to get you some good information out. And I have those master prompts written already for you. And this is what it's all about, is creating. I'm trying to save you big time for a small fee, save you a hell of a lot of time that you don't have to work it out yourself. So who is this for? This guide is for you if you are technically strong, okay? Which means you're good on the tools, good on the ground, you work hard, but the business side still feels a little heavier than it should. Okay, and we all know that. We get tired, we get burnout. You know there's more profit available. You just want some clarity and structure without the hype. So this is especially useful if you quote regular. I quote quite regular. You feel pressure when pricing. This helps you carry some cash flow stress quietly, or you want to work on the business more, not just in it. You want to evolve your business. You want to learn more. This is all about creating that space where you can expand into a new or morph into a new business leader and business owner. This is not for the shortcut chasers, the people wanting done for you success overnight. There's no quick fixes. Tradies who refuse to change how they think, if it's a waste of time. If you're not going to implement or take action, it is not for you. This guide rewards action, and the shift this creates, for me, the real upgrade isn't the ChatGPT. It's moving from reacting off the cuff to deep thinking. It's moving from guessing into a structured purpose, and it's moving from hoping that I've got it right to a decision that I know I've got it right. A few simple prompts raise your business awareness so you see issues before they cost you money. That's what we call leverage. So what you get, when you buy this guide, you get 26 proven prompts built specifically for fencing and trade businesses, whether you're painting, landscaping, bricklaying, being a chippy, fencing, rural fencing, whatever, it doesn't matter. You get clear instructions on how and when to use them daily, and you get prompts focused on pricing, profit, cash flow, systems, and time. A practical way to turn your AI into a business brain, not a novelty. There's no fluff, there's no filler, there's no hype. You still have to do the work. You put the prompts in, it asks you the questions, you put the answers back in, and we go from there. And how to use it, it's pretty simple. You open up whichever AI you're using, you copy a prompt, you insert your real situation, you make a decision, you adjust, and you move forward. Pretty simple. Imperfect action beats perfect planning every time. So to wrap things up, AI won't replace tradies, but tradies who use tools like ChatGPT properly will replace those who don't. This guide isn't about technology, it's about thinking clearly, pricing properly, and running your business with intent. So if you want to learn how to use a ChatGPT properly in your trade business, type down the word guide below and you'll go straight to the checkout page where you can have a look at it. I have priced it for less than $1 a prompt. So it is by no means expensive. It is something worthwhile, something really worth having a look at, something worth just playing around with in your business to put some of your own numbers in. It is mind-blowing, some of the things that will come out from it. And if you're like me, you dive a little bit deeper into each question, you can get bigger and better results and decisions that come from it. So Hope you dive in. As I said, mention the word guide below, and we'll see you inside.